But
No, you better
hold
say
on,
that
I like this.
because he repeats everything he says.
Yeah. So yeah, so I get in the chat, they going back and forth and all that. So why aren't they creating what did I say to Q earlier? What's it called? Solutions.
Yeah,
Like why can't they create the institutions? Because a lot of the mental institutions were closed. Like you know what I mean? And you see that, you see the repercussions of that out there in San Francisco with the amount of homeless, and mentally ill out there. So why aren't they creating places where havens where people can get some help if that's the case?
because it's better to be reactive than to be proactive.
But
Hmm.
even if they're not creating these safe havens, why aren't they bringing like making aware of it, like bringing it to the forefront? Like when they get on the news and they talk about all this black on black and black, not even black on black, white people killing black people, why aren't they bringing attention to mental health?
They do when it's white people, but not when it's us. And I think that's the difference. We don't recognize the PTSD of children, Black people growing up in certain neighborhoods when they're used to gun violence and their friends and their family members dying left and right all the time. We don't acknowledge the mental health of Black people. I don't think society does, and I don't think we do as a collective as Black people. We just think it goes back to we can pray it away. They just different. They're not trying to do this. They're not trying to do that. I think, which is why I think roles like what Adrian being a therapist, a Black male therapist, is important. Isha, you working in the realm that you work in. All of those things are important. We understand it, but there's not enough of us who actually understand it, who have the ability, I feel like, to make the change.
You know what? I think that's true. But when one pill said it in the chat, and I was just about to say it. Motherfuckers don't care about men, let alone Black men. If you go to homeless shelters, if you look around the country, how many are there for men? 2. How many are there for women? 1,000,000. Don't care about men, man.
Depends on where
Especially
you're
the
at.
Black ones. Go ahead.
Yeah, it depends on where you're at. Because I mean, being out here in CT, it's like you have YMCA, not too many for women. You have homeless shelters in different towns, services for the homeless in different towns, and they're housing almost more men than women. And I've
You got
volunteered at some
Section 8 for
places.
women, Q.
What's that?
You got Section 8 for women. They don't need to live in those situations, but they got the YWCA.
Right, but Section 8, is that for women with children or just women?
I think it's whoever got a vagina can get it. I'm just speculating though.
Yeah, that's a hard. Yeah, that's
Um,
hard.
but most people who are homeless are men.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of these guys getting services. You know what I mean? So I that's just my perspective from my anecdotal experience. It's not
Yeah,
that
no,
women are getting more
Wait,
help
hold on. So
as far
from
as
your
help.
anecdotal experience, how close would you say it is, Q, from where you're at? Like, would you say it's like 50-50, like even?
Well, as far as like how men and the women,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like there's a homeless shelter I think in Meriden that like half of the building is like the lower level is men and the level upstairs is women. They're housed in the same place. They're not putting them in the street.
Right, but that's one shelter.
Okay, you have and then you have Columbus House. That's in Middletown. I think they may have some in other areas of Connecticut. They house both men and women. They place both men and women who are homeless.
yeah, no. So my point
So
was
that's it depends
like
on where you're at.
gender specific. I think there's 2 for men in the whole country, and you can correct this stat. I think Rock. I think that's right, Rock. 70% of the homeless are men.
70?
Yeah, yeah. But you know that though. You know that to be true. You seen the Titanic. Who get on the boat first?
So, but
Women and children.
so
Yeah.
I do mental health care management, and I do a lot of connecting men, women, homeless to services with substance abuse and homelessness. But A lot of men don't want to go into shelters because they don't want to follow anybody else's rules. I don't think it's more so they're not available. It's if I'm on the street, I can still do what I want to do. Once I go into the shelter, I have to follow somebody else's rules.
I don't know, bro. It's cold as hell outside sometimes, and them niggas be right outside freezing to death.
By choice, to Aisha's point. I mean, I've
I
heard
don't think it's by choice. That's what I'm
I
saying.
heard prefer to go to jail because they know they got shit in there. You know, two hots in the cot. I got this and I got that on my books. Like, you would think that people wouldn't talk so ignorant, but that's their perspective. That works for them, and it's
Well,
like,
but Q, we're not just talking mental health, but the majority of homeless people are men. There's more shelters that dedicated to women. The jail population is overwhelmingly men. Suicides are men, overwhelmingly. So that was just one facet. But when I said they don't care about men, you could run it down. Jail is one of those things, also. You know,
who is they?
huh?
Who is they?
What do you mean?
Who the fuck is they? What you mean? I mean,
They what? What did I say they about?
Because you said they don't care about men.
Oh,
you.
society.
Okay.
Yeah,
God
you,
damn.
me, everybody on this panel. Nobody give a fuck about men.
Yeah, I don't think that's a fact. I think that's the hurt nigga who said that.
So how many? So look at the jail population.
Mm-hmm.
Look how men are prosecuted.
Mm-hmm.
We just named services that are majority dedicated to women and not men. So how can you prove that society cares about men?
You're talking about women who mainly have their children with them.
How can you prove what you saying? Because I'm giving you real things that actually exist. So how can you prove that people care about men?
You giving me real things that exist or statistics.
Look at the jobs men do.
Mm-hmm.
You know that to be fact.
Mm-hmm.
That women don't do, and nobody gives a shit that women don't do them. But if men don't do them, then what happens?
Yeah, that's all bullshit though. Like, you're saying people don't care about men.
Backpedal much?
Y'all just in some fucked up spaces and around the kind of people. Because the same could be said about women. If you're saying in certain areas right now there's no prostitution, so who the fuck is really caring about those women?
Huh?
There's no female crackheads. Who's really caring about those women? It goes both ways. There's just people who are just not cared about
You
enough.
just saying, I got you. Now you in the mode of just saying words. I see what you're doing.
Let me land. And then in some ways people are, and I think Aisha hit on this, there are people who would reject love, help, all that shit. So you leave them where the fuck they are, and it appears that nobody cares about them. So you gotta keep it real. We're not about to sit here and
you didn't say nothing. Keep real about what?
Keep it real about.
You should have speculated about why men don't go to shelters.
Men and women. It's not limited to
First off, whore culture. Y'all perpetuate whore culture. So that prostitution shit, that shit. I don't even know that even was valid. I just let you talk because I wanted you to let you land on that broken ass helipad.
All right, so if you take that out,
it's a crack in the surface.
If you take that out, since that doesn't work for you, there are so many other things, Hamp, that there's stuff for men, there's stuff for women. People give a fuck about certain men. People give a fuck about certain women. People don't give a fuck about certain men.
That's just
People
bullshit.
don't give a fuck about certain women.
We don't care about men. I promise you, if I see an able-bodied man outside panhandling asking me for money, he's getting a dirty look, because why are you asking a woman for money? I'm more apt to give a homeless woman some money than a homeless man.
A panhandler?
Yeah.
Well, you wrong for that, Ish, because I ain't giving one of them motherfuckers now, because that's a straight up hustle. So that's my whole point. If you're stupid enough to give a no disrespect to you, Isha, I'm not calling you that, but I'm just saying, if you got that, if you're gonna give these people who straight hustling, where the fuck you get the sign from?
You see what you just did?
And why your edge up look like I look? Why your sneakers look like neither one of them motherfuckers is really
Q.
that.
But Q, you see what you just did? You see what you just did though?
What I do?
We are built to protect women. So you will tell me my questions just stupid, this, that, and the third. Fuck the Bible. You say it clearly. That's stupid. Oh, sorry, East. Not you. No disrespect, man. Put him in a fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on. That's society.
I'm not gonna sit there and call. Nah, I'm not gonna sit there and call like that to her. But She know what the fuck I mean.
I buy food. I don't give them money. I'll buy food, but you
That's
know.
me.
Yeah, but I
But
think, but I hold on,
that's-
but I think to Hamp's point though, Q, like why you wouldn't give that response to me or Eddie? Oh, not you personally. Like you know what I mean? You'll just come with the chain. So does that further prove his point about how
not
people don't care about men, and it's so
no.
big that it's even in those minute ways that we don't realize? And that's a question.
No, it doesn't, because
Okay.
people can go back and run tapes of me giving you respect on this podcast, even though I came for your head on several occasions.
Not the cat.
They can also get the fuck out of here, Ham. They can also go back and see me drag the women equally and not apologize for that shit. So
I
pick
can't
somebody
fade
else.
that, Q.
Pick somebody else. Nah.
I was just asking, Q. That's all.
Yeah. And so I'm answering your question. That's
I
fact. That's
appreciate
false.
it.
That's false. Yeah, no. There's certain days where I don't give a fuck to apologize to nobody, and other days
Damn, man. Oh, that's crazy, yo. I mean, God bless his dad for sure. I don't know. His life shouldn't have been taken from him, but in those instances, you only control your actions. You don't control your consequences. And it's an unfortunate circumstance that could be the extent of it. One thing I wanted to say on that is I'll probably intervene because, like here in DC, the kids take the metro to school. So one of those days, my daughter could easily be on that train. You know, you got the guys that be masturbating on the train, all types of shit. Tay said it one time. I'm not that shit ain't happening. Like that shit is crazy, man. That nigga dick be swinging all in the air because I'm gonna do the wop with his ass. That shit crazy, bro. I'm telling you. Gunny, what up though? He said, shoot out to the man. Niggas can't type today. Shout out to the panel from Singapore. Great breakfast. Damn, it's breakfast. Wow. Okay.
Shit like that.
Gunny
Shit
stunting
like
on
that.
niggas.
Shit
I
like
see
that.
you.
Shit like that.
Flex there.
Right, light flex.
Yeah, I hope you choke
That
a little
wasn't a
bit.
super chat, Ham. Don't do it again.
Huh? Get her out of here, man. How about that? Don't read the super chat.
Right, you just got on me about it.
Come on, Mary. Yo, nah. I do try to like if it's people from the panel and all that, I try to show some love. But
Not from the
when
panel.
y'all right. I take it. All right, I got one more. Oh, it's kind of late.
Yeah.
Fuck, I got one. Look at y'all niggas, boy. All right, let's